Ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday it is going to be the Notting Hill Carnival in London again. We excited, boys?
Just had lunch. Don't mention something so sickening.
Every single year it comes around, and it feels like everyone just has to brace for impact. And just
It's a horrible debacle, isn't it?
Yeah, and positively ghastly, I tell you. Yeah,
frightful.
Yes. Between the because every time it happens, it's stabbings and sexual assaults and murders, and just on and on it goes. And every year you get the same argument trotted out. You know, it's like some people are like, can we please just ban this? Can we please just, and they're like, no, that'd be racist to ban Notting Hill Carnival. And on it goes. But if you're interested in something that won't stab you, won't sexually assault you, you can buy Highlander magazine. Because unlike Notting Hill Carnival, this is proper culture.
Right.
This is sophisticated, intelligent, with wonderful displays, wonderful graphics inside it, and is full of the most sophisticated Western thinkers from the West, talking about Spengler within it. There's some great stuff in there, so you can get it for $14.99 on the Lotus E2 shop, and it will be significantly more beneficial to you than a trip to Notting Hill Carnival this weekend.
Some great writers in there. Dave Green, Professor Ed Dutton, Mr. Cole Benjamin, Morgoth. You want to read whatever Morgoth's got to say pretty much every time. So there's that Luca Johnson in there, I heard, as well. Vicky Bird tells me.
Yeah, he just writes about Lord of the Rings every opportunity you can get. He's great.
Nice.
Anyway, let's go over to Notting Hill then. So this was off the back of last year, and I have to say, police feel unsafe working at the carnival.
What a headline, man.
Survey claims. Says, as part of the survey, officers who have worked at the event over the last 10 years described it as, quote, hell and a war zone.
Oh my God.
Yeah?
So there's a thing I was joking at the beginning, just saying, like, it's frightful. But that's not just, like, hyperbole for the sake of it. It has actually become, without fail, dangerous. Like, without fail, violent crime occurs.
Yeah.
If not actual killings. Right, so it's not just like, it's something that I find a bit distasteful.
No, there were 2 murders last year.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And 70 police officers injured.
That's massive.
That's massive.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It never used to be like that.
No, well, you were saying before we went, you went, didn't you?
I've been a couple of times in my life. Yeah. Being a Londoner, it's sort of something in the summer. Back in the day, I went, it must have been like 1998 or 1999, something like that, or 2001, something like that. I went, and it was all right. You didn't feel particularly unsafe. There was no violent crime that year. A few floats went by. It was not really my thing, but it was an all right afternoon. It was something. It was worth going to see. But that's not what it's like now.
No, not at all.
It's transformed into something, well, bordering on monstrous, isn't it? Again, it's not exaggeration.
No.
60 cops injured. What?
Well, when
What?
when you get the BBC running a headline saying police feel unsafe working at a particular event, a lot of alarm bells there. And the fact that they're calling it a war zone, I mean that's not hyperbole, surely. If police officers are calling it a war zone, that's a bit worrying.
Well, if the police can't hack it, the only other thing to do is, one, ban it outright, or two, it's got to be policed by soldiers then. Like, what else? I'm not joking.
I know you're not. No.
You've got to actually put in an infantry division to protect people on the streets of Notting Hill in the middle of London because there's a carnival.
Yeah, it's
really
worrying.
It's mad.
It said in a survey of 486 officers, 89% said they did not feel safe,
89.
and 29% said that they've been assaulted while policing the event.
Wow.
Right.
Ridiculous numbers. Absolutely ridiculous numbers. And so it's obviously become something,
wow.
something of a meme. It's like the far right are trying to malign the wonderful Notting Hill Carnival. I went there last year and I witnessed absolutely no trouble. I captured this joyous scene of a traditional ritual to celebrate the summer. It really shows how welcoming and inclusive the carnival actually is.
I mean, that's quite a photo. Eh?
And for anyone listening to this on audio only, it's an image of a man wielding a machete.
About to attack someone.
Yeah,
allegedly.
In the middle of trying to slice someone up. Yeah.
In the middle of Haiti, I assume.
No, Notting Hill.
No, yeah.
Which the rest of the year round is actually, or used to be anyway, quite a nice neighbourhood. Quite rich. It's not anymore.
Before my time.
Yeah.
And Sanford police here. Last few days to purchase a knife before Notting Hill Carnival at the weekend. Better be prepared and have too many than be caught lacking. Machetes out, swords are in. Obviously said with deep, deep satire.
That is funny. If it wasn't such a serious thing, like people may well lose their lives. People will certainly have to go to hospital for knife wounds.
Well,
they're all... Sorry, go on.
No. Well, here's just an example from last year. Man jailed for murder of Sher Maximan in front of daughter at Notting Hill Carnival. Barbaric, just genuinely monstrous. Another one here. And so this year, back in a few months ago, there was some genuine concerns. I wish they'd have gone the other way, but about whether or not the carnival will go ahead this year. Because as you can see here, well, it is going to go ahead, but it is going to need an extra £1 million of funding for security reasons.
Is that Sadiq doing that? Is that Khan doing that?
Well, it's the organisers, because you want to... that is talk as one of the... Well, just put it directly under the jurisdiction of City Hall. Or some people are saying, well, just there's too many people there now. We can't have it in Notting Hill anymore. Move it over to Hyde Park, because this is another thing that they're concerned about, because it's not ticketed. They're scared of like a Hillsborough-style event where everyone's just going to get...
That's a genuine concern. I've been a couple of times. The second time I went, it was, you were packed in like it was the terraces.
Yeah.
It will take you ages to go just a few yards down the street because you're pushing through a very, very dense crowd. Yeah, there could well be a crushing incident at some point.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting to know, isn't it? You don't need this much security for, let's say, Chinese New Year celebration.
No.
Or sort of May Day celebration.
Well, I remember being out in London...
What's different about this?
Yeah, for the King's coronation. And we were all just sat there on the green. I was chatting to some policemen, actually. They didn't seem very stressed. Yeah. They didn't seem like they were, surveying us at all times in case we did something disreputable or rowdy. They just sort of... You could tell they just intuitively knew it was going to be a quiet shift.
Yeah.
Looking after all these Englishmen on the green. Yeah. Funny how that works.
Were any people stabbed that day? I think there were 0, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think so. Don't think so. But all of this is coinciding with an expansion of, as it says here, the government are expanding police use of facial recognition vans, right? Which obviously I don't like. No. I don't like the ever-encroaching nature of the surveillance state in our lives. But it's remarkable that this has obviously come at a time where, well, why don't we just use facial recognition cameras at the carnival? Which is what the Met was saying. Well, it'll just make our job a lot easier. There's 7,000 of us to police the event, and there's going to be hundreds of thousands of people there this weekend. So, bit of facial recognition. We need every chance we can get, boys. So they say. Yeah. But it goes on to say that the Met Commissioner should scrap plans to deploy live facial recognition because the technology is riven with racial bias.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And subject to a legal challenge, 11 civil liberty and anti-racist groups have demanded. And so they've written a letter to Sir Mark Rowley basically saying, look, you can't expect facial recognition to be used at this place where it's like, what do you think we all are? Criminals? You think we're wrong-uns? You think we're going to be up to no good?
Something that might need to be said for people that are watching this that aren't from Great Britain, because a lot of our audience isn't. This carnival is largely for black people. It celebrates their...
Caribbean.
Caribbean, yeah. It celebrates their heritage and various things. So that's the elephant in the room, which we haven't explicitly said. But that is the case. It is part of their culture that
Right.
they brought over. Classic is saying, you know, use CCTV. London's one of the most heavily CCTV'd places in the whole world, and facial recognition, but not for black or brown people. That would be racist. What a crazy double standard! It's just insane.
You expect
right?
them
It's
to
like,
behave?
or just don't year upon year engage in sort of crazy levels of violence, where people lose their lives and tens or dozens of police officers are assaulted. Maybe if that weren't the case,
Right.
but it is. But it is.
You can feel how hard up against it the Met are with this.
I mean, we're not really supposed to notice any of these patterns, are we?
Oh no, very frowned upon.
Not really supposed to notice
Very frowned upon.
any patterns, really.
And so the police are having to take every precaution they can get, such as banning dancing for their actual policemen.
And dancing.
Yeah, well, you know, it goes on to say, in a statement on Monday, the Metropolitan Police made it clear they feel a twerk or rhythmic shake of the hips may distract or slow down the 7,000 officers deployed to the Carnival from responding to outbreaks of crime.
It's just utter madness. Like, all of this is just mad.
Mania.
So you
Total
just
mania.
Go to a carnival with music. Don't dance. No, you can't do that because it would distract us, the police that are supposed to be there to protect you from disorder. No, don't dance though. What?
Well, have you got a license for those steel drums, sir?
It's the meme again, man. Like, I'm just, why is Britain like this? Like, honestly, it upsets me almost, like, because we've turned into such a meme, and no wonder the Yanks across the pond are taking the mick out of us for it. And I get it. I'd do the same, vice versa. And it's now, have you got a license for that twerk?
You must have seen clips though where there's like a cop standing there and some woman's twerking up against him.
I have seen that, yeah.
Right, and he's just got to sort of stand there. He can't really do or say anything because he'd probably get fired if he did.
Yep.
So he's just got to accept it. But
but the thing is, obviously I'm against the facial recognition thing in principle for all of it, because, you know, that would just lead on to something else way more sinister. Tony Blair is sitting there waiting to implement it nationwide.
Absolutely.
So any excuse to use it is not good. But banning dancing, yeah, I'd not heard that one
at
yet.
a carnival.
At a carnival.
Well, obviously, this is
Unreal.
banning the dancing for the police, of course. The police aren't allowed to do a jig and look like they're having a good time. Which
Oh, so is it the police?
Yeah, it's the police.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
sorry.
I slightly misunderstood that.
I misunderstood
I'm
that.
sorry.
Oh, there's me going on a massive rant.
The
But
police.
still, you see clips of that, of a policeman or a policewoman
Yeah,
doing
true.
a bit of twerking, and it is like an embarrassment.
You see the police on Pride Parade,
embarrassment.
like actually getting involved with the...
Well, but
Bizarre.
this is really the thing that I wanted to hark on about this, is the fact that, so they're banning the police from, you know, like, if the music's on, don't tap your foot, don't have a bit of a jig.
your foot?
I know you're supposed to like look
What's
like
wrong
you're
with tapping
you're
your
enjoying yourself at a carnival, right? But obviously we have to look professional. We have to look like we're seriously policing all of this. But it is genuinely just, no, you can't do it, because if a picture comes out of a policeman going and there's a murder, right, then that's a reasoning.
Optically annoying.
And again, this is what I'm saying. Well, you wouldn't expect the police to not have to dance anywhere else at Chinese New Year, as you say, because they could get away with it, and you just trust the public are all going to be well behaved. But in these circumstances, with this demographic of people turning up to a carnival, no, you are focused, you are laser focused in all places and all times for 2 days straight.
Don't you dare nod your head in time with the reggae.
Yeah, because trouble could strike at any second, right? And so you could just, I really, pity I know we're back to the police, but I really pity them.
I wouldn't be a policeman for love nor money these days.
No, absolutely not. But in a stunning turn of events, the Metropolitan Police turned around and said, no, we are going to use the facial recognition system. So even though all those charities and pressure groups were anti-racist activists, were trying to make it like, well, Where we know live facial recognition can help locate individuals that pose a safety risk to the many seeking to enjoy Carnival, it is entirely reasonable to ask, why shouldn't we use it? And obviously, there is another aspect to this as well. Again, as I say, I don't want a surveillance state, right? And for an English population, you don't really need one. But within this framework, I think that if you have the facial recognition system, one, that's going to ward away a lot of the worst people from Notting Hill Carnival, who are maybe already on databases for particular crimes, right? So it might indirectly make things a little bit safer. So I'll be interested to see what happens this weekend, really. But the larger point that I was obviously just making with all of this is the fact that a carnival in England shouldn't take this amount of security.
I completely agree with you and with what you said, Lewis. I find facial recognition science
abhorrent.
It really is sort of a big brother, slippery slope, really sinister thing. But it does exist. We live in a reality where it exists now. And Notting Hill is a very small place, really, in the scheme of things. A small little bit of London.
Yes.
It's only a few streets, really. And you know violent crime is going to happen there in this small window of time. You know that there will be violent crime there. So it's sort of hard to argue with him. Why wouldn't we use it then?
The problem is that here's my counter to that. The problem is if they see that it works and that it does deter, what stops them from applying it to all other events?
Yeah,
and then
right.
it's like you're getting your face scanned when you're walking into Reading Festival and all this stuff, and you're like, I just want to enjoy some music, man.
It already happens. When you go through London, if you travel across London, you're on CCTV like 60 times or something.
I get the argument.
And the facial recognition software is just one extra layer, a much more sinister layer, but it's one more layer on top of that.
We just don't. I don't know the ins and outs of where the data goes. Who does it apply to? Who does it get sold to? Maybe it's another investigation I need to look into, but I just don't know where it goes. How is it stored? You know, what are the intrinsic ins and outs of facial recognition? So I have to say, really against.
Yeah, no, me too. In principle, absolutely. Yeah.
For all. For me, anyway. That's my view, anyway.
No, I'm against it too, but for the sakes of this little experiment, we'll see how it plays out this weekend at Notting Hill Carnival. All right, I'll read the...
I guess we finished the segment. One last thing I'll just add to that, because it is a slippery slope. The next thing it will be is that we caught you jaywalking.
Yes, and then you're done.
And now we're going to, like China, we'll tax you more because of that. Or we'll just take money out of your account for that.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Something.
Here's his Twitter feed, you know.
Yeah, right.
Whilst he's looking through. Oh, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Bo's Twitter feed, mass deportations. Well, we can't be having that.
Yeah.
Oh, he tweets that a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Bit of a broken record, actually.
You know what I mean? And I know it sounds silly. It sounds so novel. It's so fictional almost. It's laughable. But this is, like you said, this is the world we live in now, and it's only going to expand. It doesn't retract unless you put something in place to stop it strictly from expanding. And that's why, because I know I can predict. I'm going to predict what's going to happen. It's going to be fine. I think they're going to implement this. It's going to do its job, and it's going to do it efficiently. And then after that, we're going, well, look at Notting Hill Carnival. It was like very, very high in crime. It was this, it was that.
If it can fix Notting Hill Carnival, it can fix anything.
We're gonna now we need it for the far right protests and the riots and all of this.
Yeah,
and it's a playbook. It's an experiment that this is going to be used and then applied to forever. Because Blair wants to adopt it for the border. He wants to adopt it for the border, and we all went, no, we don't need to do something like that. You just deport them, right? It's such an encroachment. So I can't, for the life of me, agree with it. Agree with the Met. As much as there are exceptional circumstances, I have such a big cynical mind when it comes to the state. I just cannot give an inch to them. even when it
No.
seems warranted. So I'm like, nope, not for me.
Well, we talk about 1984, don't we? But like in that, there's the viddy screens,
Yeah.
which are watching you,
Yeah.
Winston had to hide in a corner to write his notes.
and he was just lucky there was an alcove.
Yeah.
Most people haven't even got an alcove, right?
We've got to get alcoves now.
But the thing is, Edward Snowden told us that everyone's camera in their laptop or your camera in your own phone, if they want to,
if they want to.
the NSA or the GCHQ can just look at you through your own cameras.
Yep.
So that is the viddy screen from 1984.
Yep.
That's in your own home, in your own hand,
In your own pocket.
all the time.
Yeah.
Um,
So then why? So for me, it's like, okay, this is only going to get worse if, oh man.
we're already there. Is my
Yeah,
point.
We're already there. Yeah, we are, and it's gonna get worse. So yeah, I can't be for it.
If you would like to watch the full uncut version that is also uncensored, head on over to lotuseaters.com to find out more.